Professor! Oh, is the professor in? Is he gonna come to see us?
Today, I don't want to drive you batty. Today's fact is about a bat. Now, I'll tell you the fact. What do you think about bats? Have you heard the word nocturnal? Bats are nocturnal animals. That means they sleep during the day and come out at night. Bats fly at night when there's little or no light.
Make sure Brother Seville sees that. Bats.
Their eyes are not very good either. Their ears work really good to make sounds when they fly, and they listen to the echo bouncing back to them. I wish I had a ball. Now watch this. Oh, I'm trying to. See, when the ball hits the floor, when I throw it, it bounces back to me. The bat makes a sound. If it doesn't bounce back and hit them, then he knows he isn't going to run into anything because the sound didn't hit anything to bounce back to. And he is safe to fly straight back. Jesus is our guide, just like that. We can always ask him to guide us in the right direction. He is our light. We need to listen to him with our ears so we can hear what Jesus speaks to our hearts. Good day, children.
And that's off that.
Goodbye, Professor! Whoa.
Bats?
They make a sound, it bounces off. Like if I make a sound, it bounces off something, and I know.
That he was flying right into me.
Sally is 10 feet away. I better go 5 feet and then detour her. That's how a bat does. He can't see. So he
That's here. Really, really good.
And that bat's found in the jungle.
Jungle bat. Oh, I don't know whether I like bats very much though, do you?
Alright, you ready to sing one more song?
Oh yeah, I think we can sing one more song.
Alright.
3 helpers.
Alright, Nathaniel, Bethany, and Laura.
You got them going the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
Over here. Laura.
I think this is over here, isn't it?
They're all backwards. There you go. Now we got it right. God is big. Make sure you start drawing really big.
All right, let's see it. Remember that tonight.
God is big.
What's God?
God is big.
I can't hear you.
God is very, 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 very big.
God's big.
God is big. God is big.
How big?
God is very, very
come to be my footstool.
God is so big that he can hold us in the palm of his hand. Wow! What are you doing yawning? You can't take a nap now.
I'm getting tired. It's getting late and I've been working hard today.
And I guess you want to sit on the porch and drink lemonade again while we do all of the work.
Well, I figure I work all day. You can tell me a story.
Well, tonight's story
What?
is about
The tiger!
Whoa! And this tiger's
Run
name
away.
is Sure Shaw. Wow, can you say that? Sure Shaw.
That sounds dangerous.
This is a true story that happened.
A true one?
A true story. It really, really happened in India.
Wow.
The missionary trudged up the hill, looking about her as she went, praying for the hill people that she'd been working with. She was hoping so much that they would learn to find Jesus as their Savior. The path became steeper and more full of sharp stones. The missionary stopped to rest. This was tiger country, and the people in this village kept their animals underneath of their house, like they had a barn under their house. How would you like to have animals living under your house? They kept the pigs under there, the oxen under there. They kept all their animals underneath of the house. Well, the missionary lady seen the animals stamping into underneath of the house, and at the same time the animals were going under the house, she seen a little boy and a little girl come out of the house with their Nana. Tell us a story, Nana! Tell us a story! When we fed all the animals, please, Nana, tell us a story! What kind of story? The grandmother asked. The boy spoke immediately. Not a parrot story, and not a crocodile, not an elephant. Cocked his head. No, not even a monkey story. Tell us about somebody who was really brave. The girl spoke shyly. I like all your stories, Nanny. But could you tell us a story today about a girl instead of a boy? The missionary smiled to herself. Red, yellow, black, or white. Children were all the same. Boys always want stories about heroes. Girls always want stories about girls. Selecting a big rock to sit on, the missionary sat down and waved to the grandma, telling her that she would rest before she climbed the rest of the hill. Nanny seated herself on the ground and motioned to the little boy. Mohan, you are truly my happiness. That is what your name means. And Premwate, my loving one, you sit right here by me. While that stranger rests down there, I will tell you a true story. For you, Mohan, it is a brave story. And from you, Premwati, it is about a girl. In some ways, it is a sad story. In a village, not far away, there lived a few years back a girl I shall call Shante, which means peace. But in that village, there was no peace at all. Only fear by day and fear by night. Sir Shah, the king of the tigers, had become a man-eater. Now it is known that all the tiger family, as usual, well, they catch deer and goats and are not hunters of men. Mohan interrupted. We know all that, Nanny. The tiger was a jungle creature, and unless he's injured, he doesn't catch boys and girls, he catches animals. Premwati shivered and slid closer to Nanny. Is it true? A tiger travels fast and far? fixes, kills, and no one where he is? I have heard it so.
Min nodded.
Yes, and that is what happened in Shantae's village. Again and again the tiger struck, but he traveled swiftly in the dark, and no one knew where the tiger slept, so they could not kill him. One day, Shanti called all the women together. I must go to the jungle and gather leaves of the rhododendron. My buffalo is hungry. He cries in his stall because his sides are flat, and soon he is going to die of hunger. I will sharpen my big sickle, and tomorrow I'll go and cut down the rhododendron leaves for my buffalo. The women shook their heads, but their buffaloes were crying too. They were hungry. They would all sharpen their sickles and be brave. Go out while the sun was high. Nanny kept telling the story. Next morning, the women were on their way, full skirts gathered into a bustle over their hip and sickles in their hand. All of the leaves at the edge of the jungle were already cut down, and they had to climb and climb up higher into the jungle to cut the leaves down. All day they climbed and cut, climbed and cut, and fastened their bundles onto their back. Suddenly, it was dusk. Crying in alarm, the women bustled their bundles together and hurried down the mountain because it was getting dark and they didn't want found in the dark. No one noticed, though, that Shantae's rope had broken and her bundle had fallen to the ground. They all went ahead of her and no one stopped to help her pick her bundle up. They all hurried down the mountain, but not Shantae. Suddenly, a scream tore through the air. It was the voice of Shah, king of the tigers, the man-eater. Even a strong man cannot move for a few minutes when he hears the terrible scream of the tiger. No more could the women. Then another scream. Ah! This scream was from Shantae. Crying in fear, the women dropped their bundles and ran into the village, meeting the men who came racing towards them, weapons in hand. No one knew where they would find Shah or Shantae. The mighty tiger can carry a little package very, very far. Crushed leaves and grass showed the men where the tiger had went, and at last they found Shantae, terribly chewed up and scratched by the tiger. As they prepared to carry her home, the little girl said, "No, no, my friends. From these wounds, I am very sick. The tiger will come back, and we must be able to kill the tiger." "No, Shantae," the village men said. "You cannot stay here. With the tiger, he will come back and kill you." "But sirs, if I don't stay here, he'll continue to kill people in our village." Hours passed by, and the men hid behind the rocks. And Shah did come back, and the men jumped out from behind the rocks and killed the big Shah, the tiger. Just like Shantae had to give her life so they could kill the big tiger, Shah. The missionary knew that now she had a story to tell the village people about somebody who gave his life